Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we are going to provide a full review of this, which is the TCL Series 3 screens, televisions. And now in our case, this one is the small one. It's the 32S357. And this is a Roku TV, and a lot of the features when you're watching reviews from others just explain what Roku is. So we're not just going to go and give you a list of specs, we're going to explain what they actually mean. This one's 32-inch, which is a 32-inch diagonal, so it's not across the top, it's from one side to the other. It's about 31.5 viewable, and what that means is it's suitable for a kitchen or a bedroom, maybe a small bedroom, something like that. Look, this whole TV comes in, I think I'm paying 170 Canadian for it, and so let's call it 125 US, something like that. And, you know, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bottom-end modern TV. Now, a bottom-end modern TV like this one is like an awesome high-end TV from, say, 2015. So, you know, it's still pretty good. So when I say bottom-end, it's only in comparison to other new TVs, not that there's anything wrong with it. It's about 250 nits. That's the brightness. It's about really from your end about comparing it to other screens. And where this is appropriate is mostly for darker rooms. If you have it in a really bright room, look, you'll be able to see it just fine. But it's not really meant for that. It's meant for darker spaces that don't have direct sunlight on it. So this is just a 1080p screen. What does that mean? Well, look, there are really three standards that are in play today in 2025. The first is 720. And what that 720 and the 1080 mean is it's the number of dots between the bottom and the top of the screen. And you think, dots, what's that? Pixels. They're just the dots, okay? And 720, okay on a small screen like this. 1080, which is what this is pretty good. But the big new standard is 4K. And 4K is 4,000 dots across the top, and for rough math, 2,000 dots down. So 4 times as good when you do the math. However, on such a small screen like this, you're not going to notice it. So unless you're going to a larger screen like a 55-inch or something like that, 1080p is just fine for most people, especially if you're budget conscious. Once you're getting 50, 55 and above, you're probably going to want to spend the extra few dollars and go to 4K. But you don't need to for this. This one doesn't even have high dynamic range, HDR as it's called. And what that is contrasts. It's not important for such a small screen like this, but it's something a lot of people would look for when you're paying this kind of money. You're probably not going to get it. Another thing that's not great on this are the speakers. Now the speakers are fine, but they're only 5 watt, and it has Dolby audio. And you might think, oh, it's got Dolby, sort of. So Dolby audio is now the bottom of the sound spec these days. What you're probably looking for is Dolby Atmos. Do most people care? No. If it's in your bedroom, you just don't care. But if you're an audiophile, you're going to care. Now this does have 3 HDMI ports. However, they're only HDMI 1.4, and we'll put a little chart up explaining what the differences are between HDMI standards. 1.4 is about as old as it gets these days. It's completely standard, it works on everything, but it doesn't support features that you get in HDMI 2 and 2.1. Do you care about that? Probably not. It has a TV tuner, so why would you have a TV tuner?
Well, if you want to plug in an old game console like a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo, you can plug it in right there. And we'll put a link in the top right-hand corner of our short video explaining how to do that. It's pretty easy, but lots of people just don't understand it.
Now, one of the things that they promote as being a big deal is that it has dual band Wi-Fi. Do not be confused by this. It just means that it runs on the 2.4 gigahertz network and the 5 gigahertz network. Not to be confused with 5G, just 5 gigahertz. And what does that mean to you? Well, if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. It's not important. Basically, it'll work on every home network. That's all you have to know. Refresh rates. If you're trying to play really high-end games with this, or you watch a lot of things with a ton of action, you might see some tearing in the screen. Tearing is when when a frame sort of shifts as it's being displayed. And why is that? And that's because it only refreshes 60 hertz. That's 60 times per second, not 120 hertz. Do most people care? No, most people just couldn't care less. But some people do, so just be aware of that. Now, as far as Roku goes, Roku's awesome. Roku will get you access to hundreds of thousands of TV shows and movies completely for free. Now, in addition to the free stuff that you get from Tubby and all of the other apps that come with the Roku that's all built in, you also, of course, can subscribe to 1 million apps. So things like Apple TV will be on here. Paramount Plus will be on here. Netflix will be on here. Amazon Prime will be on here. All of those will work beautifully in the Roku. And because it's a Roku, you can also get the Roku app for your phone. And with the Roku app, what you can do is use voice control to manage it. Now, I've tried the Roku app in the past, it's fine, but I'm just going to use the remote. It's just easier. So let's get to unboxing this quickly, and we'll wrap this up with a quick summary. Little pro tip, whenever you're pulling plastic off or moving a screen, never touch the screen with your fingers. If you apply pressure to the screen, you can damage the cells. It's called bruising it. And you avoid your warranty, and your image will look like crap. If you don't already have a Roku account, you need to create one. I've already got one. So when I activated my account, it pops up and it says, well, hey, you can set up apps through here, but, using a remote, but why don't you just do it on your computer and tell us what ones you want. We'll load them for you. That's what it's doing now. It's much easier to do it on the computer, but it's not hard to do here either. And in fact, this has Netflix, Disney, and Apple Plus as buttons right on the remote. Because I'm in Canada, I have Crave as well. If you're not in Canada, you don't know what that is, you don't care. Now, one of the things to note is that this is not a voice remote. The Roku remote is quite nice. It's easy to use, it's pretty obvious, very simple, but you can't just press a button and speak into it. You'll also note when you're setting it up that it's a little slow. So for instance, this updating apps, it's going to be here for a few minutes. And after it does its firmware updates, which it already did, and we showed you that very briefly, but we sped through it really fast, because it took, like 3 minutes on the TCL logo, TCL Roku, with the light down here flashing to the point where you think there might be something wrong. There isn't, just keep waiting. By the way, when I say it's slow, I'm not saying it's slow to operate. I'm saying it's slow to do big things like these updates and installing these apps. But once you have the TV going, it's going to be just fine. And here we go. I'm not putting a cable box or game box on it. I'm going to just be a cord cutter with this and just use the Roku. Now there it is, HDMI 3 ARC. That's the audio return channel. If you have a game console or a sound bar, that's where you want to plug into. ARC is audio return channel. What it does is allow the audio to sync properly with what you're seeing on the screen. With old sound bars that didn't have ARC, the sound would sometimes be off, so it'd be a lag. It's quite annoying to watch somebody's lips move and then hear the sound a second later. Not good. That won't happen with this. ARC is now a standard on pretty much everything, so it's not special to this one, but what you do have to use is the right port. There's 3 on the back, as I've said. Use HDMI 3 if you have anything to plug into the back. Now this also has a USB port on the back, so you can take your MP3s for audio, you can take your MP4s for video, and a bunch of other formats, plug them in, and the Roku player will access them. Works great, used it many times. Okay, so let's wrap this up with a review of the TCL 3 series, in this case the 32S357, which is the 32-inch version. What do we think of it? The image quality is fine, the sound is fine, basically everything on it is fine. There's nothing you should complain about on this unless you're looking for something specific, like you're a gamer and you want to run some really high refresh rate games, or you're an audiophile and you really want to have something better. By the way, if you have a sound bar and you want to make it sound better, just plug it into that HDMI 3 ARC port we talked about before. So it boils down to, this TV is great. But it's not great for everybody. What it's great for is great for $100, give or take. Well, 125, something like that. This is, nobody's going to confuse this with a high-end TV. This is not an OLED screen. This is not quantum dot. This is just standard LED, which is just fine for most people. And when you're spending this kind of money, you really shouldn't expect anything else. It's from a reliable brand, TCL. It's Chinese, but it's still a good quality product. Comes with a 1-year warranty, so it's fine. To answer the question, what's wrong with it? Really, it's just a little bit slow in response times. But other than that, it's just fine. Because it's a Roku TV, it has all of the features that we care about. It plays all of the apps. It's easy to understand. It has tons of content. And we're not going to plug it into anything. In fact, we're just going to mount this on a wall and just plug in the power and leave this in our guest bedroom. For us, this is ideal. This is exactly what we wanted. So hey, if you found this video useful, please give us the big thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe's also always appreciated. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always get a hold of us directly at www.urtech, that's www.urtech.ca, or you can leave a question or comment below. And if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.